small animals here in the forest. I'd like to thank the larger animals for meeting us here together in this lush green forest that we've all worked so hard for. But there's a problem our two peoples have that we must discuss.
As a representative of the larger animals, I do not know how to thank you for inviting us here today. All of the work that you do here is so magical, and I just can't help it. Thank you for inviting us and welcoming us to the forest. But that being said, what is this problem that you're referring to?
I think you know exactly what the problem is.
You know what it is.
You eat us!
Yeah!
Wait, what? No, we would never. We would never do
I've been
something.
so offended in all my life.
I would never do something so vile as to eat a fellow animal.
You all smell of death. Your bodies are completely blood-soaked. Look at that one. He's got a field mouse in his mouth right now.
The horror.
All right. Okay, I admit that some of us might, on occasion, eat smaller animals, but that is only because you all taste so good. I mean, some of us have really become quite the connoisseurs. You should take that as a compliment.
You're delicious.
How are we supposed to live our lives constantly terrified that one of you may pounce out the shadows, drag us in the darkness, and make us into your Sunday brunch?
Well, we wouldn't have to do that if you weren't always creeping about, hiding in the bushes. Have you ever considered that some of us might get a little startled when one of you scurries past us at top speed? It can be quite alarming.
Oh, but you must understand, we can't have a functioning society here in the forest if we're constantly afraid that we might get eaten at some point.
All right, give us a moment to discuss that.
If you guys are not so bad, you just need to bring them here and talk about the problems.
All right, so we don't have to eat all of you. But perhaps there's some of you that have some deformity, or maybe ugly, or maybe just a little too fat. We can eat those of you, or I mean any of you that have quality of life issues. That would be fine also, yeah.
No, that's no compromise.
Well, what about like the most unpopular ones?
No. Under no circumstances may you continue to eat any of us.
Well, you have to be reasonable. I mean, we have to eat something.
Yes, we've thought of that, and as I've said before, twice already, we have this beautiful, lush forest that we've all worked so hard to build, and we just eat the plants and the leaves on the trees, and it's more than enough to sustain our vital energies. Perhaps you could try eating the plants as well.
Oh, sure. You sound all high and mighty now that we're talking about eating something you find delicious.
There's no rationality for what our needs are.
Eat the plants? Ridiculous.
Disgusting. So disgusting.
You don't understand the difference between plants and animals. Animals feel pain and suffering, and our families miss us when we're gone. Don't you have any empathy at all?
That's right.
Oh, I read an article the other day that said plants can sense when they're being eaten. So maybe you should consider the feelings of the plants.
Yeah, why aren't any plants invited here today? What are you guys trying to hide?
Perhaps they are anti-dendrites.
Oh, don't be absurd. Plants have no feelings.
Rubbish.
Oh, that's empathy now.
It's ridiculous.
Oh my God, what a haul! This is so amazing. I've never seen so many large animals and small animals here for us. It's like they were here for us to eat them.
Hey, look who it is! Honey, I have had the best day of my life without question. It was amazing!
Good.
It was amazing, 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 amazing. The best day of my life ever. No, seriously, it was the best day of my entire life.
I heard you.
Well, don't you want to ask me about it?
Ask you about what?
The best day of my life.
Sure.
Jesus! Okay, if you don't ask, I'm gonna delete all your Gilmore Gals DVRs.
Gilmore Girls is on Netflix.
If you don't ask, then I'm gonna eat your cat. Where is it?
Minnie's died.
What? Did it get out today?
It was renal failure 6 months ago. You were there.
Oh, yeah.
We got Shake Shack.
Great memory.
You still haven't asked, so I'm not gonna let you give me a BJ for a month.
That'll clear up a few seconds.
You don't even care, do you?
I care.
Well, then I don't want you ask. I just want you to ask.
Even though you have never once asked me how my day was going?
Well, so? I don't like to pry into other people's business.
Right.
Oh, but it's not like you've had the best day of your life.
Why don't you ask and find out?
Okay. So... What was your day?
It was hectic.
Hectic?
I missed lunch.
No lunch?
I had traffic. But it was wonderful now that you asked. How was your day, honey?
I don't want to talk about it.
She even had the nerve to tell me that she still wanted to be friends. Then, the backstabber changed her HBO Go password the day after she broke up with me.
Now that's sadistic.
You could have at least given me time to finish The Sopranos.
You know, you need a different perspective. What you need is to think about this like freedom.
I don't want to be free. I want to watch The Sopranos.
Listen, my friend. The best way to get over someone is to get under someone. You remember all those times this last couple years you've been saying you want to flirt? Well, now you can flirt. So you need to go flirt. Go flirt it up.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna do it. Who should I seduce?
Well, how about that cutie over there at the bar? She's looking pretty lonely.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Nobody's gonna stop me.
Yeah.
I can do this.
You can do it.
I can do
You
this.
can do it.
I can do
You
this.
can do it.
Hello, my name is Maximus, and your eyes and hair are both attractive yet distinct shades of brown. Your facial symmetry is impressive, but not perfect. I suspect you weigh around 145 pounds, which, I might add, is a very healthy weight for your apparent height. I also can't help but notice that you bear a striking resemblance to Chevy Chase. This arouses me.
I gotta go.
Well, hey, buddy, what happened?
I don't know. I complimented her physical appearance. Women like that.
Okay, let's go over what exactly did you say?
I told her I liked her eyes, hair, and body.
Okay, that's a little bit heavy for a pickup line.
Oh, and that she resembles Chevy Chase.
Ew! Oh, you can't go telling women they look like Chevy Chase.
But it's attractive. It's a compliment.
Okay, I know a few things about women. I mean, first of all, they don't like it when you tell them they look like Chevy Chase. Second of all, they don't like men who tell them they look like Chevy Chase. And third of all, probably the most important part, they They don't like men coming up to them in bars telling them that Chevy Chase arouses them.
Now hold up, I never said that Chevy Chase arouses me. I said that her resemblance to Chevy Chase arouses me. I will not have you putting words in my mouth.
Okay, listen, this is what we're gonna do. Your old buddy here, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna put words in your mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna play the whole Cyrano, DeBurge, Cyrano, the Steve Martin movie.
What do I say?
Okay. Women really like stupid when you're stupid, when you say funny things.
Okay.
They're not like you and me. So what you need to say is, if you were a train, I'd choose you. And then, once you kind of confuse them a little bit, switch right to the weather. Because that's something everybody knows about. So just keep it light.
All right, pickup line, small talk, nothing too intense.
And most important, don't say anything about Chevy Chase.
Okay,
I'll kill you.
thanks. Excuse me, are you a member of the United Nations?
What?
Because I motion to invade Djibouti with foreign...
Small talk.
Can I help you with something?
Anyway, did you hear that Pluto's not a planet? How fucked up is that?
Listen, I should be leaving.
Your shoulders have a desirable build. The way your nostrils flare is sexy. Your jawline and speech cadence remind me of Chevy Chase.
Did I just hear Chevy Chase? I swear to God!
I don't know what happened. I got nervous. It came out.
Why is that your go-to pickup line?
It's not my fault both girls shared substantial characteristics with Chevy Chase.
No, both those women were extremely attractive. They didn't look anything like Chevy Chase.
I almost thought that first girl was Chevy Chase.
Are we talking about, like, young, like, early SNL Chevy Chase?
Of course not. Actual Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase in all his doughy racist glory.
Why don't we just have, like, a guy's night?
I was really close to having something with that last girl.
You were?
I can do this. I'm gonna meet a girl tonight, goddammit.
You are?
Look, I get that my flirting game might be a little rusty, but I know that I can do this. I've just got to give it everything I've got. I used to write a ton of corny poetry in college. I've just got to bust out one of my old poems.
That sounds awful.
Look at that girl over there. She's gorgeous.
My God, what a beautiful creature.
I've got just the poem.
No, you're not gonna.
Stand aside and let the master work.
That poor angelic creature. You're gonna disturb her.
I need you to trust me.
I have to stop you. No! No!
In all my life, I honestly can say, there ne'er has been a quite so pretty face to cross my eye and thus brighten my day, nor one that looked so much like Chevy Chase. Your resemblance to the former TV star is such a sight and frankly makes me swoon. It fills me with a strong and quite bizarre desire to see your National Lampoon. The beauty of your skin so soft and fair, it breaks me down, it occupies my mind. Our meeting is the answer to my prayer, my one true love in Chevy Chase to find. Alas, you make my heart so weak and heavy. You're everything I want, my one, my Chevy.
I know exactly what I would wish for if I had a Lamborghini.
Yeah, what's that?
I would wish for a whole family of bunny rabbits so I can keep as pets.
You can get a bunny on Craigslist. You don't need to wish for a bunny.
Oh, I guess I didn't think of that.
You should think long and hard about your wishes. You only get 3. Besides, I had a rabbit once.
Turns out 40-year-old paint chips are just as deadly as all those lead paint addendums would have you to believe.
What's a lead paint addendum?
Don't worry about it. We just rent a lot of really old houses.
Well, guess I don't want a bunny rabbit anymore.
I changed my wish to a pony! I used to want a pony too. That is until my dad got a Mustang and he called it his pony. He uses it to pick up strange women he calls his friends. And now Mom makes him keep his Mustang at Grandma's house.
Oh, well. Guess we really wouldn't have room for a pony anyway.
Yeah, probably not. See, you really gotta think about these things. It's like my mom always says, wish in one hand, shit in the other. See which one fills up first.
Hey, that was really mean!
Sorry, I just take wish-making very seriously.
It's okay. Besides, I think I just thought of the best wish ever anyway.
Go for it.
I wish my parents wouldn't fight so much.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. I used to wish that too. Now my parents only fight every other weekend. That's when Dad gets to pick me up from school and we get to stay at Grandma's house. He brings me back on Sunday afternoons after I get to go visit his new friend, who he makes me call Aunt Tina, and she's always trying to ask me about my feelings. Speaking of my dad, I think he's coming. Well, I guess I gotta go. Have a good weekend.
Bye!
Well, hi there, honey.
Hi, Dad.
So how did you do on that history test?
Oh, not good. I got a D.
Oh, now, honey, you know D's are not acceptable. You know, the only place that a D is acceptable is in a strip club. Right, I'm talking about women's breasts. Maybe you're like your mother. Maybe you just want to be a waste of space.
Hi. I'm here to see the therapist.
That's me.
Oh, when they said child therapist, I didn't think you'd actually be a child.
I'm not a child. I'm 12. You probably recognize me from the local news. Whiz kid graduates with PhD at the age of 12. Perhaps Twitter? I do have 37 followers.
Never heard of you.
Have a seat. So, tell me, what brings you here today?
Well, my dad, he dropped me off and went to IHOP.
Oh.
He says I'm too cynical, and that I have trust issues, I don't play well with others, and that I'm going to be a stripper when I grow up.
Hashtag trust issues. So,
Wait,
tell me about...
hashtag? Are you posting about me online?
Oh, no, this is something totally unrelated. I mean, how long have you had trust issues?
Well, I stopped expecting things from anyone. Anytime I ask for anything, it always just ends with Mom and Dad fighting.
Oh, I know. I hate my parents. They're so dumb and lame. They're always praising my brother even though he never does the dishes, and when I don't, like, it's a federal crime. It's so not fair. I did a podcast about it. You should subscribe. Please go on.
Well, I don't hate my parents. I just feel like I'm always being watched. It's like I don't have any privacy. Wait, did you just take my picture?
Wait, no, this is nothing.
Well, did you?
No, it's not always about you.
Well, this is therapy, and I'm beginning to think that you don't know what you're doing.
Okay, Dad, lighten up. I'm a professional. I need to market myself as a social media personality. I have responsibility to my public.
But the whole time you've just been taking pictures and talking about yourself.
Okay, excuse me, Miss Center of the Universe. I didn't realize that you went to grad school at the age of 9 and have a clout score of 43%. Oh wait, that's me, not you.
Well, can't you just put your phone away so we can talk about my insecurities?
Wait, insecurities or trust issues? Which one is it? Make up your mind.
Aren't they like the same thing?
There you go again, telling me how to do my job.
Well, I'm pretty sure that if they're not the same thing, they're at least related.
Okay. You're a big know-it-all for someone who's insecure.
Nuh-uh, I've just read a dictionary.
Quit throwing your credentials around. Let's just stop bragging. Let's just focus on your trust issues.
Finally, I guess I would say it started when I was 6. I got a pet turtle and I named him Prosciutto. He was great. One day I went for a walk and this girl Jenny was like, "Hey, you want to get in this fort that we made out of this refrigerator box?" I was really scared, but I told her, "Okay, but when I say let me out, you better let me out." What's so funny? Are you streaming this on YouTube?
Maybe. I mean, if it gets on Tosh.0, I'll tag you.
That's it. I'm out of here.
I think I have a new follower.
I can't believe you asked her to ride with us.
Well, you told me to see who could go to the One Direction concert, and Katie was available.
Well, when I went through my breakup with...
Travis?
Don't say his name. When I went through my breakup with him, Adele understood. Her pain at 21 was real and got to me.
Well, we better turn off the radio, because she's coming towards the car.
Hey, ladies!
Hey, Katie.
Hello.
Thanks for inviting me. I brought your money for the 1D tickets and for gas.
Wow, Katie, that's really nice of you.
Totally. Can we, like, turn on the radio or
It's
something?
broken.
No, it's not. Sure, Katie. See, she's not so bad.
So I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. The player's gonna hey, 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 hey. Baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I'll shake it off, shake it off.
No, no, no. I can't do it. No, I'm sorry.
Why?
It's just T Swift. She should have stuck to country.
Taylor is the voice of this generation in any genre.
Okay, that may be true for you.
It's true for everyone. I mean, it's like kind of amazing how I sound like Taylor. You're like, except I would go more rap instead of pop. Like I could be the next Iggy. You know, like who dat, K-A-T-Y. Who dat, K-A-T-Y.
No.
I'm so fancy. You already know.
No!
Not
Amanda.
nailed it.
You did not nail it, Katie. You sound nothing like Beyonce or Adele or any of these people.
Amanda, you don't have to be so mean.
I'm not being mean. She's ruining all this great music. What's next?
I think we need some Queen Bee in here to get us ready for the concert.
No. You will not ruin Beyonce.
Is it that's possible?
That's true.
I sound just like her. Turn on something, please.
All right.
On the cloud surfs.
What else is there?
Oh my God! No, Helen, I can't take it. No.
You don't have to be so mean.
Fine.
Amanda, if you don't want me to sing anymore, all you have to do is ask.
Okay.
Hey, how about some classical music? Let's all listen to some classical music.
But you can't sing to that.
Oh, I know.
I'm sorry, Helen. I can't do this.
What?
She has to go. Sorry, Katie. You've got to get out.
What?
You have to go. You sing with everything.
That's because I can sing everything.
Get out.
Amanda, stop being a jerk.
Fine.
Nailed it.
That's about it for this week's meeting. But before we go, Tickles has a couple words to talk about the 5th annual Cincinnati Clown College Potluck and Orgy, which is coming up this Saturday.
Hey, everybody. I'm this year's official orgy-nizer. You guys are in for a treat. This year's Humpstravaganza is Federal Reserve themed, so get ready for a stimulus package that won't leave you disappointed and inflated. This year's orgy is in the cave behind Kyle's house, same as last year. The directions are up on the Facebook event, but you can always just call Mere Kyle if any of you get lost. The dress code this year is black tie, red nose. As for the potluck, it is expected that you bring a food conducive to intense sexual encounters. Past examples include whipped cream, honey, bratwursts, really anything phallic will suffice. I only ask that you don't bring any jalapeno or habanero-based foods. 2011 was a painful, painful year. Hey, genital burn is a legitimate medical condition, and I need all of you to take it seriously. I will not have a repeat incident. As for the orgy itself, it's going to be a blast. Stop in at the teabagging station, this year sponsored by Goldman Sachs. Feeling lucky? You can invest in the private market by servicing your colleagues and receive compensation based on their sexual successes. If you're not feeling too adventurous, you can always just service me to receive government-backed securities. These do have an interest rate of 1 hand job per hour. These do not have to be returned in the form of hand jobs, of course. We will have a screen displaying sexual favor exchange rates. These exchange rates are different if you're foreign. Sorry, Pierre. Oh, and remember, if any of you feel uncomfortable or unsafe at any time, this year's safe word is Bernanke. We considered Greenspan and Yellen, but Bernanke has a really nice aesthetic. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah, what's going on?
So, this year, will lube be provided?
Oh, some lube will be provided. If you expect that you're going to need to ease an excessive amount of friction, it's recommended that you bring your own lube. Yes?
Last year, there was a heavy petting zoo. It was really demeaning to some people. Are we going to do that again?
Well, the heavy petting zoo was only there because of last year's theme, Old MacDonald Films of Porn. So it will not be a part of this year's event. Yes, Cuddles.
What about hobos? Last year there were hobos.
Well, it turns out they were living in that cave. I have asked them to vacate the premises for this year's orgy.
I don't fuck hobos, man.
No, and you won't have to. I promise.
Now hold up. I was kind of into the whole hobo thing.
Well, I mean, you can bring a guest, so if you'd like a hobo, you are permitted to bring one.
Would it be okay if I brought a BDSM hobo?
Absolutely.
Well, any other questions? Yes, Pierre. Great question, Pierre. Those who consent to random groping are encouraged to wear large shoes. It's the only way people will be able to tell that you're down to clown. Also, as it is with any clown orgy, when groping a fellow clown, it is fully expected that you make a honking noise. This is one of our only strict policies, so please, people, do not forget to honk.
Can we wear the makeup?
That's up to you. The only thing that I ask is that you don't paint on any large frowns. Nobody wants to fuck a sad clown. Anyone? Cuddles?
How many guests can we bring?
Well, you're only supposed to bring one guest, but in your case, I'm sure we could let it slide if you brought two.
Perfect. We've been telling our family about this for years. And they're finally going to be in town this time.
Oh, gosh, I'm sure they'll be delightful. Oh, keep in mind, they do have to meet the dress code. I don't want to have to turn anybody away just for what they're wearing, especially if they're coming all the way from Philly.
Oh, I'll make them come all the way back to Philly.
Nice one.
Any other questions? All right, guys, I'll see you this Saturday. This meeting of the Cincinnati Clown College is officially dismissed.
Well, thanks for coming to our show. We teach classes at ColdTowne.